Hi everyone, this is Mr. West, and today we're doing a walkthrough video for Money Percent Sheet 3. This, of course, is from Math-Salamanders.com. One thing you'll know is this worksheet is super useful. You'll use stuff like this all the time in your life, not just in school, especially if you go to a restaurant, stuff like that, okay? So we have different setups here for this worksheet. Well laid out. We have multiples of 1% and 10%, multiples of 5%, and then general percentages. So I'm going to go ahead and walk you through first how to take 1% of a number. So it's pretty simple, way more simple than you might think. So we have 1% of $56. That's my example. The easiest way to do it, if you have 1% of a number, okay, I'm going to go ahead and quick add on 0.00 here for the cents. Let me just get rid of that. Okay, so we have 0.00. If we have 1% of a number, we are going to move this to make it smaller, okay? 1% means it's smaller than 100%, so we need to make the number smaller. So you move this decimal place 2 times to the left, so 1% is going to be 56 cents, okay? So 2 to the left for 1%. And for 10%, it's only 1 to the left. So imagine this is a 0.00, okay? If you don't see the 0.00, just imagine that there's a decimal place right after that last whole number, that last unit place, and we're just going to move it over one place, okay? 10%, it needs to be a little bit bigger than 1%, so it's only going to be $5.60. So bigger by a multiple of 10 than 56 cents, okay? And then, of course, 100% is just the same number, 56. You don't move the decimal place over. So with this understanding, we're going to go ahead and tackle these problems. So if we have, okay, we're looking at multiples of 1% and 10%. If we have 3% then of 600, the first thing we want to do is we want to first find what 1% is, okay, of 600. And to find 1%, again, we're just going to put our decimal place down. You can imagine there's a double zero there, but you don't really need it. And we're going to move it over 2 places. Now, why did I choose 1%? Because I saw that 3% is a multiple of 1%, okay? Very easy multiple. So I know that 1% is $6. Now, I don't want 1%. I want triple that. I want 3%. And I have to multiply 1% times 3 to get 3%. So I need to multiply this guy by 3. So it's $18. It's that simple, okay? It's pretty simple process. And I can show you another example with 10%. So why am I choosing 10% this time? I'm choosing 10% because 20% is a multiple of 10%. So all I need to do here is find 10% of $6, okay? Again, just imagine there's a decimal place there. If you don't have the double zeros, just put a decimal place down. And we're only going to move it over one place to the left, make it smaller. And that, of course, is 60 cents. So I'm going to write it like this, actually. Now, I don't want 60 cents. I want double that because times 2 takes me to 20%. So I need times 2 here to get me to $1.20. And that's going to be my answer. 6 times 2 is 12, so I make it $1.20, and that's how I do this side of, or part A, I should say, of this worksheet. Let's go ahead and do a couple more. I don't want to spend too much time on this first section. So 8%, I'm going to use, of course, the building block of 1%, because 1% is a multiple of 8. I wouldn't use 10% because it's going to be tough to convert. So I want to first find 1% of $50. Okay, so what do? I drop my decimal place down, and I'm going to move it over twice for 1%, okay? 1%, you're going to move the decimal place twice, and that takes me to 50 cents. Okay, so 0.5. I need to multiply that by 8 to get to 8%, so I need to multiply this by 8. So that takes me to $4, okay? 8 times 5 is 40, so it's going to become $4. It's going to be 8%. $50. So that's a real easy way if you want to calculate interest or tips or whatever it is. Super easy way to do that. Maybe we'll do one more. Ooh, big number. Big numbers shouldn't be that scary, okay? So again, same concept. We want to find 1%. Okay, that's going to be our building block. The only ones that are going to be 10% building blocks are like this one, 80. This one's 10%. That one's going to be easy. Just move that over. $2. That one's super easy. But again, I'm on this one, 1%. So 1%, I need to move it over twice. 1, 2. So I know it's $30 is 1%. And then I want 4%, so I need to multiply that by 4. 1% times 4 gives me 4%. So 30 times 4 gives me $120. $120 is 4%. Look at that. Super easy to find. Now, let's consider multiples of 5% now. 5% is a little bit different. Okay, so with 5%, you're first going to want to know 10%. Why? Because 5% is half of 10%. So I'm going to start off knowing that $5.6, let me take this guy down here, is 10%. So let me turn this into red. So I know this is 10%. So if I'm looking for 5%, I just take half of that. So this one's a little tougher, but I know that half of, I'm going to divide this by 2. I know half of 56 is 28. So that's going to give me $2.80. Okay, that's it. You just divide it by 2 when you find 10%, okay? So the first thing you always have to do is find what 10% is. 10%, you move it over one place. So that's $4, and I take half of it. So I get $2. Okay, that's it. That's all there is to it. So $2 for number 1 of part B. Now, it gets a little trickier because now we have building blocks here. So, for example, I'm going to just jump right to number 4. We have 75%. So that means I'm going to need to find 70% and then also 5% and then add those two together, okay? So let's start with the 5%. That's what we just did. I need to move it over once. So I know that 5%. Let me just take this down here. So I'm going to handle this one first. So I know that 5% is going to be half of 10%. So 40 divided by 2. Okay, so I know that 5% is going to be $20. Now I need to find 70%. Let me use a different color. So let's use this blue. So 70% is going to be 10%, which is 40. Okay, we already found that 10% was 40. That's 10%. And then I need 7 of those because it's 70%. So I need to times that by 7, and that's going to be 280. Let me move that over. So this is Notability. Great program, by the way. Still looking for sponsorship. So $280 is 70%, and then $20 is $20 is 5%. So I add those two together to get my answer. So 300 is 75%. So that's a way to do that. And obviously 300 out of 400 is 75% anyway. So that's another way to consider it. But that's the process here. You're going to combine your 10% with your 5%. And that's probably the best way to think about these ones, okay? Maybe just do one more. Well, some of these like 25%, 75%, 50%, those are ones that you should know anyway because it's like 3/4, 1/4, etc. But this one's a super easy one just because it's 10%. This is 10% plus 5%, okay? So 10% is going to be $20 because we move it over one place. And then half of that is $10. That's going to be 5%, so $30. Super easy. That's like your tip money. Well, maybe 20% should be your tip money. But $30, super easy to calculate. So these are general percentages now. And basically the concept here is all of these have like a base of multiples of 10 or 100, okay? So what you're going to find here is, for example, this first one, 12% of 100 is just $12, okay? Real simple. So if it's, we know that 12 is out of 100 for percent, so $12 out of 100, okay? It's that simple. So if we have 24% out of $10, okay? Well, if it was 24% out of 100, it would be $24, okay? But it's not out of 100, it's out of 10, so we just need to make it one unit of 10 smaller, so it's going to be $2.4, okay? So that's just another way to think about it. Super, super simple. Same thing here. So if we had this out of 100, that'd be $52. But we added 2 zeros, so we got to move it back. So we're going to move this decimal 1, 2. This is going to be 52 cents. Okay, so this is just one way to do it. There's lots of different ways to do this. If we have 200 here, okay, we would know that 95% of 100 would be $95. But we need to multiply that by 2 to get to 200. So we multiply this by 2 and we get $190 is 95%. So this is just one tool for doing this, and it works for all of these. So 12% of 60, Okay, ooh, that one's a little tougher actually. I would use building, for this one, I would use a building block of 10% and those two 1%. So, but these other multiples, those are going to be easier. Some of these you're going to use the 10% combo. So this is a good variety. So let's go ahead and do 11 and 17, then I'm going to be done, okay? So 12% of 60. What I'm going to do for this is I'm going to find 10% first, okay? So this is 10% plus 2%. So move it over 1, and that's $6. Okay. Now 2% would be two 1%ers. So 1% I know is 60 cents because I would move it over again. Okay, 1, 2 for that, and I multiply it by 2. That's $1.20. That's for 2%. So I need to add $1.20 plus $6 for 2%. So that, or sorry, for a total of 12%. So that is $7.20. Okay, so that's how you do it. Very similar process. And then lastly, let's do this number 11. So I need to find 10% first. Whoops, percentage. So 10% first is, I'm going to move it over once. That's 40 cents. Okay, I need two of those because we're talking about 20%. So 20% would be times 2. So that's 80 cents. So 80 cents for 20%. And then I have to move it over another one for 1% because I want to multiply by 2 to get 2%. Okay, so I know that 1% is 0.04. I multiply that by 2, and that gives me 8 cents. Add these two values together, 8 cents plus 80 cents, and that gives me, you guessed it, 88 cents. And that's my answer. Okay, so not too bad. Some really challenging problems here. Leave a comment if you need more help with any of these. But this is a great worksheet. If you can do this, you're going to be set anywhere you go. Any restaurant, you're going to be able to calculate the tip in your head, which is going to be great. I have a Math-Salamanders playlist if you're interested in checking that out. And then for any other math-related help, go ahead and check this place out right here on Wes Explains Best.